Welcome to the Parenting with Grace and Grit podcast, where every week we discuss behavior and the top 3 strategies we, as behavior analysts, suggest to work on it.
Hey, Lauren, I've missed you.
Hi.
So we've been MIA for a little bit. We took a nice long break to celebrate the holidays and to start the new year, get our families on track. And so we're back today with a episode called Mama's Goal Edition.
Yeah, I anyway, love setting goals for myself and trying to achieve them. And this is what we do for all of our clients. And it very easily can be related to us as well. So we're just going to kind of give you 3 strategies to set goals and make it more manageable and achievable. So the first one is going to be to break your goal down into small attainable steps and write it in a positive way if possible. So if you have a big goal of saying like, I'm not going to eat any more junk food, instead you could write, I'm going to eat more fruits and vegetables, and then break that down. And maybe instead of just, the next day you're like, okay, I'm going to eat a salad for every meal. Maybe you just add one little portion in at a time. And we talk about breaking them down into small steps because that's going to help you see progress more quickly. It's going to be more encouraging to do so. And you're going to make more progress, even if it's more slowly. I mean, if we make these huge changes, we've talked about this with our kids too, like you make these huge changes all at once, it's going to be really hard to stick to. We just want to change little things at a time so that we can see that progress, be really reinforced by that progress, and keep going.
That's such an important point to make, is making it positive, and instead of like beating down on yourself on something you want to accomplish, like focus on what the opposite of that is. So strategy 2 is to take baseline and figure out what those actionable baby steps are. So it's important to know where you are currently at before you want to try to improve something. So let's say that your goal is to drink more water. I think that should be everyone's goal. Definitely my goal. I drink no water. Figure out how much water you actually drink. So for me, 0 ounces. Just kidding. Oh, and then start really small. So for me, it'd be like 2 ounces. But if you're trying to get up, to 8 glasses a day, it might not work to go straight to 8 glasses of water. It certainly wouldn't work for me. So that's a huge jump, and your bladder will be screaming. You're going to feel so full, and that's just not it. So what's that first baby step that you know that you can do? And that might be to drink 2 glasses of water and then do that for a couple of days or weeks until that feels manageable to you. And then you can move on. Maybe your goal is to save more money. How much do you currently save each month? How much can you add to it? What's your end goal? You want to break it down and see how much you have to save each week or month and then do it. So breaking it down as small as possible is going to be your biggest way to make sure that you can to make that goal attainable for you.
And then if you have a goal that's more abstract, so, my goal is like improve my posture, but what does that actually mean? You're going to do certain stretches, certain exercises. You got to really think about what pieces of that so that you can have very measurable actions that you're taking. And it's not just like, okay, I'm going to improve my posture, but like, I have no idea what that means. So just make sure that you're thinking about what specific actions you can take to achieve that goal, and just make those steps so itty bitty if you need to. And just so everyone knows, we are working moms and our children are here and they are making a little bit of noise. So if you hear that, it is what it
is. Okay, the other point I was going to make, I think this is for everyone, especially during the new year, that we, say like, I want to work out. So I'm going to set my goal to work out 5 times a week. Well, kind of like with the water example, if you have never worked out 5 days a week in your life, the odds of you actually meeting that goal is very slim. So to make the goal attainable for you, start with something that you know you can do. So if that's like a 15-minute walk, That's where you need to start. And that's okay to start there. You can increase upon that and make your goals harder as you become more consistent, but you don't want to set yourself up for failure and say that it's going to be, 5 days a week, you can do it. When in reality, that's not going to work at first. So what can you do? And then just being honest with yourself, writing that down and sticking to what that is the best advice I can give. And I feel like working out is the biggest one of those that we all are just I'm going to change and I'm going to work out 5 days a week.
Go hard too, right? And the other thing is that I think people really want to do it in the mornings. I'm one of those people who really wants to do it in the morning, but I cannot wake up. So instead of trying to fight yourself in your natural way that you are, maybe find a different time that's going to work better. If morning is the only time and that's just what you need to do, that's fine. But I would say don't try to force yourself to be a whole new person just to fit something in, and see if you can fit it in a way that's going to work better for you, that doesn't burn you out. We really do encourage you to write this down, and that leads us into strategy 3, which is to track it. Visually track it. There's really cute habit trackers you can print off online. You can make your own really cute one, and just color in the squares or whatever it is to encourage you and show you progress, because a lot of times you might not see the progress or feel it until you look at that data. We are very data driven. We are very reinforced by data. We really geek out on data. That's why we're in this field. And we really encourage you to do the same, so that if you do feel discouraged, oh, nothing's changing, I'm not making progress, if you're beating yourself up about it, first of all, don't do that. But then just look at the data and maybe you'll see some progress. And if you don't, that just shows you that maybe it's time to tweak it and change the steps you're taking or something like that. But we're not beating ourselves up. 2024, beating yourself up is out.
Things that are in, taking data on yourself. Things that are out, beating yourself up. It's the nerdiest things that are in it. Oh man, we love nerdy. Being nerdy, yeah. That's in. Okay.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, well, I think, definitely tracking yourself. I mean, the more data you have on yourself, I think that goes across all kinds of things. I've read books recently that even say the way to make progress is to track it and collect data. And so we're telling you to do that. And I need to do it for myself too. Lauren, is there a 2024 goal that you'd like to share with the audience?
So as a family, we are trying to do 500 hours outside, which has been very painful with how bitter cold it is here. But we are creeping along. And then mine is mostly to increase my posture a little bit more. Fix this text neck, whatever they call it. What about you?
Tech neck. We have a similar family goal that we are trying to spend at least 2 hours outside on the weekends. And then I have a personal goal of going on a disconnected walk at least 20 minutes 3 times a week.
Love that.
I will say we haven't done a good job of taking data on ourselves. So that's something that I need to do and write up and make a little tracker for our family so that we can do that.
I did make one for our 500 hours. Very proud. It's on our fridge.
I need to do that.
Color it.
That's really cute. Now it's time for our Grace and Grit guidance segment, where we give advice to situations pertaining to topics from listeners. It's always anonymous. If you want to write in, you can email us at graceandgritbcs@gmail.com. Hey, Grace and Grit, I like starting goals, but often can't follow through. I always restart the next Monday, but any other tips? So first off, I would say if you can't follow through, then you need to really determine what those attainable steps for you could be. So that tells me that your goal right now is too hard for you, and so you're not reaching it, and therefore you're not being rewarded by any of your progress or seeing any kind of difference. So you want to make sure that you're breaking that goal down a little bit more for yourself. so that you can reach it, so that you are motivated to continue. So making those baby steps small, and stop waiting for the following Monday to restart, and just restart. Find something to motivate you, like a reward, until the act itself is rewarding for you, until whatever it is you're motivated by it. So just restart and stop putting timelines on it. I think, that's just an excuse. I don't want to be mean to this person. But, just figure out, just be honest with yourself, break that down further, and then try again the next day. And, maybe you had an off day or an off week. You're going to have those. Everybody does. So just breaking that down further for you. And then also, I think combining all three of these. So your goal right now is too hard for you, so make it easier. And then you can build up to whatever you're trying to get to. And then secondly, track yourself. So that way you have that progress, and maybe you'll feel better about what you've done. If you're like working out or something, maybe you realize, oh, I actually have worked out 3 out of the 4 days. They just weren't really long. So then, like, okay, maybe I just need to make my goal that I'll work out for 20 minutes instead of 15. Just simple adjustments. And we'd be happy to help you customize your goals if you want to email us, because we love doing that. And that is a huge part of our job, which seems like it wouldn't be, but it is just teaching children and families how to slowly get to those end goals. And so we're breaking stuff down all day, every day, and we love to do it. And we'd love to help you do that as well. So, and please continue to email us questions, because we love answering them. And even if it's off topic, if we know that we're not going to be doing that topic for a while, we'd be happy to answer those questions.
That's perfect. Good luck, everybody.
Let us know what those goals are that you've decided.
Yeah, we'd love to hear them. We'd love to help.
If you need help or have additional questions, you can email us at graceandgritbcs@gmail.com. We also have free resources and products on our website. Visit us at graceandgritbcs.com. Thanks so much for listening to Parenting with Grace and Grit.